Hey, this is Scott, and today we're going to go over my final thoughts and overall review of the Laowa 105mm f2 STF lens. If this is your first time to this channel, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thanks once again to Laowa for lending me this lens to check out, as well as to Okikame for lending me the 135 that I compared this to. Again, if you want to see the comparison of optical quality or anything more about the build quality of this lens, be sure to check out that playlist in the description. Since I have already gone quite in depth to all of that other stuff, today I will just be giving my very overall thoughts on this lens and also touching on a few key points that stood out to me more than the others, both positive and negative. So overall, this is a really nice lens. Aside from the fact that it's not weather sealed and it doesn't have autofocus, which obviously excludes itself from uses in certain situations, it really is quite impressive. Its optical qualities are really right up there with some of the favorites in this focal range, and even better in some cases. Again, aside from weather sealing, it's built really solid and feels like it will last and stand up to heavy use. As an obviously manual focus lens, it is quite a pleasure to use, and it's very easy to get used to even if you're new to manual focus. It doesn't have any electronic contacts though, so you won't get the confirmation beep like you might with some other manual focus lenses, which could help given the extremely shallow depth of field that you'll get with this f2 105mm combination. Once again though, the manual focus ring has a very long and really smooth throw, so you shouldn't have any problems dialing in that really pinpoint focus. With the unique difference between f-stop and t-stop values in this lens, it is nice to have control over both of them independently. However, the double ring design takes up a lot of space on the outside of the barrel, and there's a lot of moving parts. These rings move a little bit too freely for my liking though personally, and combined with the very small amount of non-moving space you have on the outside of this lens, it's very easy to accidentally grab and turn one of them without noticing it when you're carrying it or even when you're using it. One other small detail that I didn't mention before in my other videos is the lack of any electronic communication with the camera means that when you close down the aperture, it will close down and stay closed down. It doesn't just only close when you press the shutter button like some other lenses do. This means that your viewfinder may get dark depending on what aperture you're using and how bright it is outside, of course, but I've only really noticed it stopping down to about 5.6 or smaller. I don't think it will be a problem for most people, so I wouldn't really worry about it, but just be aware that that does happen. So nicknamed the Boca Dreamer, this has a pretty big reputation to live up to, and I can tell you that it does deliver on that front 100%. While there are a lot of other factors that come into play when you're talking about the autofocus areas, focal length, wider apertures, the Laowa does always deliver a very smooth and almost never busy autofocus background. Again, to see this more in detail, be sure to check out the playlist in the description below. But if you like this look or you don't like this look is up to you. However, it definitely does deliver on that creamy smooth trans focus bokeh that it promises. It seriously delivers in almost all other optical areas as well. It's bitingly sharp and has almost no chromatic aberration as far as I can tell. It vignettes just as much as any other wide aperture lens, but that's never bothered me personally for this lens or any other. The only area, optically speaking, that disappointed me with this lens was the flare. If you point it anywhere in the near direction of the sun, especially without a lens hood, you're going to definitely lose a lot of contrast and have some serious ghosting. Speaking of the lens hood, many people do seem to be disappointed with the quality of the Laowa lens hood compared to the quality of the rest of the lens. They didn't send me their lens hood, so I can't really say for sure, but I've been using the Canon 100mm macro lens hood, and it works just fine. The problem, whatever it is with the lens hood, not with how it attaches to the lens. If you get a replacement or one of these, it should work just fine. I've never noticed any excessive vignetting because of it or anything like that. It doesn't interfere with the image and it snaps on there with no problem. So all in all, if you're okay with manual focus, I would highly recommend this lens. It will really cause you to slow down and think about your shot, no matter how stereotypical that does seem. It's a lot of fun to use. Aside from the flare, the color and rendition of this lens are also really pleasing, and as far as I can tell, they're pretty much on par with my Canon lenses, at least in most situations. For this price point, I don't think you can beat the optical quality and build quality as long as you're okay with a manual focus lens. On top of that, Laowa seems like they really stand behind their lenses and value their customers, which is always nice. I'm seriously considering adding this to my personal kit, and I think you should too. If you want to see anything in more detail, be sure to check out the playlist in the description or leave a comment down below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and as always, thanks for watching.